Hey guys, you got Chris and Sean with Talking Through the Medias. We're going to do a quick rundown on the top 10 for this last weekend, and I pass it along to you, sir. Go.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I'm going to let me get started on something I like to talk about. It's called the #1 movie, and that is The Martian by the man Matt Damon. Ridley Scott's The Martian came in at #1. It brought in a respectable, let's see, about 54 mil, followed by Hotel Transylvania 2, the Adam Sandler cartoon sequel to Hotel Transylvania, followed by #3, which is Sicario. And forgive me, I'm using my cell phone because this just was a lot faster to bring it up. #4 on the top 10 is The Intern, Miss Anne Hathaway, Robert De Niro. #5, Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials. At #6, Black Mask, Johnny Depp.
Surprise one there.
That's a badass. I love that movie. #7, Everest. Everest, that's Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
No. It's the guy from Warrior.
The guy from Warrior?
No. Wait.
Gyllenhaal was in that one too, isn't it?
Dude, no. It's the bad guy from Terminator. That's who it is. The T-3000 or whatever. He plays in Everest.
I have to double check now. Let's say, came in at Everest came in at #7. Seven. Yeah, it's at 7. #8 is The Visit by the Sham Hammer.
The Sham Hammer. Shamalamalan.
Shamalakalu. Mekalahama. And that was #9 is War Room, and #10 is a movie all about me, The Perfect Guy. So
The Perfect Guy.
All right. So actually, now that's the anything. Anything surprised you about that lineup?
Yeah, honestly, the Johnny Depp has just dropped off the hill like that quickly. I thought this movie was gonna cause a lot more commotion than I guess than it has. I thought it'd be definitely in the top 4, but
it was at #5 last week.
Yeah,
and but
surprise, man.
I mean, but you do have a lot of heavy hitters that came in to knock it out, like a family flick in Hotel Transylvania, Sicario.
I would expect, just because it's newer, I'd expect The Martian to be first, Sicario second, and then possibly Black Mass to be third, and then Hotel Transylvania. I don't know. Just my opinion.
But I think from where I see it, I think the same kind of people that's going to watch Black Mass is also the same kind of people that would go out to go watch Sicario, since it's kind of like mobster stuff and whatnot. So I'm sure if they've already seen Black Mass, they probably would go out and go see Sicario next. And then the Maze Runner. Now I'm surprised that Black Mass wasn't above Maze Runner. I mean, I'm sorry, not above The Intern, at least. I thought Maze Runner would have came in at #4, and then Black Mass would have been at #5 at least. Because with Maze Runner, that's a book. The first one did pretty good, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm just surprised at that Intern one.
The internal. The money shot. They call it internal.
The money. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, Anne Hathaway and Robert De Niro find love in the office. Oh, that would have been a real bad
internal money shot.
The internal money shot. Robert De Niro. Are you coming on to me? Are you hitting
on me?
You coming on me? That's nasty. But what do you think about The Visit? Have you seen The Visit yet?
No.
I heard good things about it. I might want to check it out. See if Shyamalan has redeemed himself.
Oh God.
It's a low budget and it's made its money. So I'm thinking that he's going to try to inch his way back up to. I think he humbled himself a little bit after getting all up in his head. Is M. Night Shyamalan the next Spielberg? I think
what do you call him? The Schlammer Hammer?
The Sham Hammer. They call him the Sham Hammer over at Collider. The Sham Hammer. But there was during the time when people started to hide his name.
Yeah, he's embarrassed. He's just
from the maker of the
Unbreakable 2. Yeah, bring out Unbreakable 2.
Yeah, bring Unbreakable 2. I heard they had a script for it that he likes.
They're probably he probably asking for way too much money and a big budget, and they're like, no.
I think if you ask me, I think Bruce Willis should. I mean, since Bruce Willis is doing nothing but straight to DVD stuff right now, I'm sure he'd do it. I'm shocked at that, but at the same time, if they paid Bruce Willis his budget, who cares where it goes? If it goes,
I don't think they're going to make another Die Hard movie.
No. Those Die Hard movies, they don't even feel like John McClane anymore. It just feels like Bruce Willis just getting up there.
Well, I don't know if you know. And anyway, another topic, another day. We'll talk about the purity that is Die Hard, and it's all about John McTiernan. And I don't know if you're familiar with who John McTiernan is.
Mm-mm.
Same guy who made The Predator.
Right. Okay.
The
whole... I heard that, and this is another topic, but Die Hard originally was supposed to be Commando 2 with Schwarzenegger.
That wasn't.
Yeah, Die Hard, Commando 2 was what the script was, and then when Schwarzenegger wouldn't come back, it got tweaked, it got changed. They brought in Bruce Willis. It got changed so much. It just
oh my god! Can you imagine that with Schwarzenegger?
No shoes on, get down, my feet.
He's all like, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
Welcome to the party, pal."
Oh my god, that would have been terrible.
Horrible, man. But I mean, it might not have had the yippee-ki-yay in it. I don't know exactly what was all changed.
Dude, that funny, they'll pull in the glass.
That would have been hilarious though. But yeah, that's the we got to go into a whole rant about that. But The Visit, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've already saw The Perfect Guy, did a story on that. So yeah, top 10. Some surprises. The only thing I'm not surprised about is The Martian. I think that movie was outstanding. So we're about to talk about that a little bit too. So moving on to the next topic, you want to go? Yeah, let's go into that. Let's go into some spoilers.
All right, guys. So just to recap, you got Chris and Sean here. We're going to do a review on The Martian, and be forewarned.
Before warning,
we are going to go into spoilers just because I can't continue.
Alert.
The whole, as Chris would say, sweaty nerd thing. Can't keep it contained here. So spoilers, warning. I would say right off the bat before we talk about this movie, in my mind, there's the top 3 directors that have the best production designers and the set guys, the ones that build the most convincing surroundings and worlds that just encapsulate you in this whole alternate universe that you step into the theater to be immersed in, and that is Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, and Ridley Scott.
George Lucas.
Some will argue with you about that, and some will
totally be on your side. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. But he's definitely in that list. In the top, I'd say if we made 10, he would definitely make my 10. But my top 3: Spielberg, Cameron, and Ridley Scott.
I agree.
So right out of the chute, man, this movie, it starts off with a bang, dude. I mean, they're already on Mars. You don't see I guess where they fire the mission off and they're headed to Mars. They're already on Mars. And pretty much
smart.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to wait for it. You're on Mars right already. And I guess Matt Damon is part of the Ares 3 mission.
Mm-hmm.
And right off the bat, you see these really badass storm come cascading down the sides of the mountains. And of course, they have like this rocket-shaped booster that their camp has to evac, and it can only lean so far before it tips over. And they're like, if it reaches 13 degrees, we're gonna lose it. We're gonna lose it. So like basically, Matt Damon gets lost in this storm, and they lose him for dead, and they take off. Turns out he's not dead. Yeah. And then that's when the movie starts really getting good. When my favorite scenes in this whole movie, and I'm not going to go into all of them, I'm going to hand it to Chris to kind of but right off the bat, what I was really surprised was just how funny this movie actually was.
Yeah.
Like it almost looks like you're watching surveillance footage in some of this of him just doing his thing, and it goes wrong. Like that when he first combines hydrogen to make water, and he blows himself up, and then it shows him like doing a video blog afterwards, and like if you look close, he's literally still like smoking. Steaming. Yeah, he's on fire, and he's like, "Well, I blew myself up." Like, yay, boom, and it just explodes. So
yeah, what did he say on that when he didn't compensate for the oxygen he was breathing onto it?
Right. Yeah.
He was like, stupid.
Because I was stupid. But I love, and if I could pick one line in the movie that just kind of sums up the whole thing, and they use it in the trailer for some, is, I'm just gonna have to science the shit out of this.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he does. Like he's got it, because I think they said the next mission wouldn't be till 4 years or something.
It takes 4 years to get back and forth.
Yeah, he was gonna have to wait for 4 years, and he knew he had supplies for 60 days if they had 6 people. So he could stretch it out a ways, but eventually he went over all the different things. I'm gonna run out of air, which I don't really remember them explaining. Now that I look back at it, the air thing, or no. He said if my air thing breaks.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest with you, man. The special, like you said earlier when me and Chris talked about this, man, the locations of it, I don't know where they shot this, and I know that they had to have done a lot of composite work on the scenes to make it look like Mars, but holy crap, they did a convincing job. There wasn't a single scene in that movie in my head that was like, ugh.
You're like, oh, that's the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, or like that special effect just looked really bad. Like not one single scene. Yeah. So that was my initial impressions. What were your initial impressions?
The thing I was really shocked about, just like you said, was the fact that we started in Mars, and like I said, I've never been to Mars. I don't know what is going on up there, but it felt like I was on a different planet. Like you hit it right on the head when you said if it looked like footage. It felt like a documentary in a way. It felt like you were really there. Like these act like how did Ridley Scott afford to get these guys up to Mars and start filming? If everything looks so real. And the way they combine the practical effects, because they had to have been out on the desert somewhere out there, and with the green screen, all working together in harmony and whatnot, it was perfect. But you were right. The movie picked up the second Matt Damon woke up, realized that he was alone, and from then on, it was like Castaway. It was like those movies where an actor. That shows that they can show their chops when it's just them, when they have to carry the majority of the movie, if not the whole movie, on their shoulders like that. You're a solid actor when you can do something like that and still make it interesting. You're just by yourself. But him going back and forth with NASA and whatnot, it felt like I got lost in this movie. I was by myself. I mean, I'm surrounded by a theater full of people, but everyone was crowded, but everyone was dead silent. And when it was dramatic, it was dramatic. It got me. There might have been a few dude tears. I cannot confirm nor deny if I got emotional at the end. But during when he did something funny, everybody in the theater, they chuckled, they laughed. It was appropriate. When it was sad, it was sad.
When he was making the dirt.
Oh yeah, when
Opie's like, what was that one guy's name? He's like, oh man, like he had like nose plugs, and he opened one of his
he's using his own shit to farm.
Yeah. He opened one of his other buddies' shit, and he's just like, oh buddy,
oh god, yeah. What did you mean? But you also hit it on the head when you said about science. This movie to me was an homage to science. How a lot of people. Like not to get political, like a lot of people like try to deny science. We used to be a country. I felt like it was like a love letter to the way America used to be when we were fighting to get on the first men on the moon. Science was everything. Kids, they all wanted to be astronauts. They wanted to be cowboys and they wanted to be astronauts. It's like Toy Story I talked about. Spacemen, everybody wanted to go to space. The space race, everything was about the final frontier, learning what's going on out there. Now it's like everybody's kind of dialing it back, and it's like we're not trying to explore anymore. We're not trying to go to Mars. We're not trying. Like it feels like people just don't care anymore. It's this stuff is awesome. I mean, science can get us everything
we have.
Look what we're doing right now. I mean, science did this. Everybody's like acting like this is not impressive. Look, I'm talking to a television, and my television is talking back to me. This is awesome. I'm like this. Things like this. We're not interested in this stuff anymore. It's like it's well passe. If it's not trending on Twitter anymore, it's not.
Do you remember that JFK speech
about
in this decade we will go to the moon? And he's like, And we will do this not because it is easy, but because it is hard.
That's what she said. I will do this not because it is easy. But that's exactly what I felt. I felt like, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm watching this movie. I know this isn't real. I know Matt Damon isn't up there, but I felt proud to be an American. I was like, yeah.
Proud to be an American.
First to colonize Mars, bitches.
Yeah, he was funny in that too, man. He's like, he said he wants to be called, is it Blondebeard or something? Yeah, he says like, I'm a space pirate.
You learned things in this movie. Everything that he was talking about was probably some
grounded in reality. Yeah.
Grounded in reality, exactly. So, what were your favorite scenes in the movie? What do you, now that you think about it, now that you've had time to process it a little bit, what were the scenes that you liked the most?
When he had his epiphanies, when he's sitting there and because like you kind of feel like you're going on this journey with him, and you're just like, shit. This is like, what are my options here?
I'm screwed. Right?
Yeah, you're like, what would I do? And you're like, I would die. like, I mean, I remember that scene where his the pressure blew and they had a blowout on the hab, and he just wakes up and he's got a beep 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 beep, and he's got a hole the size of a damn peanut.
Exactly.
And he was like, warning, 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 pressure, pressure.
Yeah,
and he's just like,
you're not getting enough oxygen.
He grabs the duct tape. He's like, and he puts the duct tape. And that's exactly my first thought was, where's the duct tape? As soon as I saw the hole, I was like, dude, he needs some duct tape. Yeah. And sure enough, he takes duct tape out.
Of course they have it right there just in case.
Right. It's in the pod with him right there.
Boy Scouts.
But then I felt his pain though, when he went back into the hab and he checked
frozen.
Yeah, because you saw little glittery things. I was like, oh no, all those plants that took months for him to grow are all frozen.
But you know, it was a funny setup because you knew it was coming when it was like, as long as nothing, like in a horror movie.
Right. When
the one thing you say in a horror movie, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
Yeah. It's like that's dependent on if nothing goes wrong, and then
boom.
Yeah. I felt bad for him, man. Like he worked his ass off. He just did not just sit around. Like he literally busted his ass from sun up to sundown.
And got to work.
Everything. That's what he said. I think in the end of the movie he said, your two choices. You can get to work or you can die. And you can solve problems or you can die. So we solve one problem, we work to the next problem. We do the math, we work the problems out, exactly. And we go home.
I like that message, and I let it because it breathes true to life. I mean,
in any situation,
just solve the problem that's at hand right now and get to the next one, get to the next one, get to the next one. It was a very entertaining and educational.
What about the scene where they were talking about the Merv or the Marv, whatever? Where they're like, you're not gonna, yeah. He's like, you're not gonna like this. I'm just gonna tell you right up front. And they're like, what's the problem? We've got to lose 5,000 kilograms. And he's like, what do you mean? We want to lose the windows. We want to lose the top. And he's like, whoa. No. He's like, it's okay. We can just put a tarp over it.
Oh yeah, the pod. The launch at the end. Again, spoilers, guys. At the end, when the pod that he was gonna have to get into the capsule to make it
take the fucking windows off.
Yeah. I mean, they want to get him up there as fast as possible. So you have to make this thing as light as possible. We're taking out of his controls, taking everything out. Well, we're going to leave the chair. He can still sit.
One chair.
One chair. This is going to be him. It's going to be remoted by his friends.
No roof.
No roof. I mean, all that air hitting him. He passes out and gets up there. I mean, when he's not even rescued yet. This is what I loved about this movie. He's not even rescued yet. He just knows that this is the end. He's either going to die on this. I mean, after all that survival farming and just trying to scrape up every little bit of a resource that he can get to stay alive for as long as possible. This is it. He's at the end of the rope. And anybody would, I mean, nobody wants to stay stuck on this planet by yourself forever. So it's like, you can either be like, I'm not taking this whole thing apart and just shooting myself in space. Shooting myself in space with just a chair. Like, that's crazy. No, it's like, you take the chance. This is your last chance to get off this planet. He does it. And the fact that his friends were there waiting to pick him up. And he started crying and he got emotional. And that might have been the part where I got emotional. I'm not gonna deny.
All right, guys, I'm here.
He's like, are you ready? He's like,
go. Father ready.
I'm ready. I was like, and the guy looking next to me, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, man, I got a little choked up, and I felt like you said, I felt like I was on this journey with him. I'm like, all right, let's get the freak off this planet, man.
He had that little. Did you hear his speech when he was sitting in the rover before he got out? Before he signed his little "take care of this rover, it saved my life" or whatever.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, they're trying to tell me that I'm going to be the fastest astronaut ever. Like it's going to help. You know, he's like, well, I think I like that actually. Yeah, I do like that a lot. But I'm not going to tell them. I'm not going to tell them that.
I'm not going to tell them that. It's like engineers don't use terms like fast and stuff.
Yeah.
I know that they're trying to psych me out and make me think, hey, you take off all this stuff that's used to protect you in space and take it off the capsule and shoot yourself out into space. The reason why you're going to do this is because you'll be the fastest astronaut ever.
Yeah, he's like,
He's just saying that just to make me not think about how dangerous it is, but
I kind of like
that. I'm starting to like it. Fuck yeah, fastest astronaut ever. Woo! And
probably he pulled 12 G's on the liftoff, something like that. 12 times his body weight.
Yeah. Exactly.
He passed out.
He passed out and broke his ribs.
Yeah, that's right. They said he did break his ribs.
My ribs are broken. But he's like,
did you hear what Martinez said when he cracked his helmet when they got back on the ship?
No, remind me.
I saw it a couple days ago. He cracked his helmet, took it off. He's like, whoa, man, that's some smell coming off you. And Matt's like, yeah, I haven't had a shower in a year and a half.
Oh, I didn't catch that part.
Yeah, as soon as he pulled the because they're like this close to each other, like like hugging and shit. And he turns the helmet sideways, pulls it off. He's like, "Whoa, that's some smell in there." And he's just like, "Yeah, I haven't had a shower in a year."
He showered. Remember, he did shower in there.
Yeah, but we don't know when that last shower was. He just said, "Well, it's been a year and a half since I showered."
Oh wow, you're right. I didn't think of that. Oh, I like here. This is what I noticed, and it was funny how they pointed it out. I noticed that every time he farmed, he ate the food that was there, and he ate what he grew. I noticed that he just loaded up that ketchup, man. He just started eating a potato and just squeezed the hell out of that ketchup bottle.
Been 7 days.
Since 7 days. It's been 7 days since I ran out of ketchup.
What do you say? I'm gonna put Vicodin on these potatoes because it's been 7 days since I ran out of ketchup.
Yeah, and you looked, and you can tell how pissed he was. He's like, that ketchup was the only thing keeping me going.
Did you notice that none of those skinny scenes? Because you notice he got really skinny. They never showed his face. It's not him.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, they never showed his face.
He's like, I'm not dropping that much weight.
I'm not gonna Christian Bale this.
Bro. No fucking way.
I'm trying to get a Marvel contract.
I'm trying to stay beast.
Exactly. I noticed that too. So there's another spoiler right there. If whenever you see him as skinny, they always pan away from his face. You're never gonna see his face. It's not him. What was another thing that caught me off guard? The fact that he said that like every day, what did you do out there? Every day I just went out there and I just looked at the horizon. I just looked. I just sat because I could. I mean, who else was gonna get to say that they're gonna do that every day? You're on Mars waking. That sucked, man. The most emotional part, I think, one of the most emotional parts of that movie was when after what you talked about when the crops were when that explosion happened, the crops were broken, and the only thing between him and the atmosphere of Mars was that damn plastic
tarp. Oh my god!
And then storms would hit. I mean, he's just sitting there, just like oh my god! If that
trying to count some damn potatoes, 51.
Yeah, exactly. And that noise in the background, at any moment, if a rock burst through, that's it. He was dead.
Implosion.
Yeah, because he couldn't stay in a suit forever. And he had to sleep.
Well, I've seen pictures of what happens when divers implode. And I've even seen pictures of explosive implosions. Like where they were in a capsule and somebody left one of the hatches open and it rapidly, and man, it puts them in pieces, man. I don't know if that would do the same thing on Mars, but
Oh wow! So you're saying what we saw in Total Recall wasn't an honest,
His eyes were sticking out.
and all that oxygen makes it there in super fast time.
That is right. Yeah, they're all okay.
They should have had his eye popped out. My eye, B9 is not a tumor.
Trying to keep it wet.
Damn this atmosphere. But oh man, that was I don't know. I'm comparing it to Castaway.
I guess it was kind of like Castaway in the fact that he was marooned in the middle of nowhere, and his ingenuity alone kept him alive.
What do you think was more intense? I mean, you know, the conditions were more dangerous than on Martian, but I mean, as far as the delivery, as far as the performance being marooned, do you think?
I think the initial airplane crash was more intense than when he got just whacked with a piece of debris or whatever. But I don't know, because it's like everything could kill you on Mars. He couldn't even. He had to have his own atmosphere. I mean, it was like he was underwater. I mean, so I would say overall tenseness, The Martian.
The fact that NASA, I mean, how intense it was, just knowing that NASA was receiving his messages. Like, we haven't told your crew that you were alive.
You effing kidding me? He was like, you can't say that. The people are watching. Oh yeah, okay. He's like typing fuck, and just
they never. You know what? They never did. They ever show what he typed? No,
but he was just hitting F-bombs. I think over and over because he was mad.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, this is on the record." Oh, and I'm sorry, Mr. President, for.
He didn't care. He didn't care.
I mean, but really, you think? I mean, would the president really make that phone call? Like, I'm sorry, if I was the president, I think I would understand. Like, oh yeah, no, I agree. Get him the out of there.
I think depending on how much media knew about it, he would say, "Let's bring our boys home." You know, they would jump all over that bandwagon. Save him, save Walter. You know, like whatever. They're gonna bring him home, whether he's in a bag or in a suit. He's coming home.
But going through all that and then making it back, I mean, oh, dude, you know, the indoor. It's funny. I'm like, this is not real. This is a movie. Like, but the whole time when he's sitting back and when he finally makes it home, I'm sitting there thinking, dude, you know how much money you're gonna get? Book deals, movies, interviews, like crazy. Like you're gonna probably become a billionaire.
And now he just does the enrollment for the new cadets,
which is probably the highest paid teacher.
Yes, world. That's me. I did survive on Mars. Who's got questions? Everybody's
like, there's no man alive like me, and there never will be. Boom! I did that. Mars is mine. I own that shit.
Yes, I made Mars my bitch.
What do you say?
I'm the space pirate.
I am the greatest. What was it?
I'm the greatest botanist on the planet.
Yeah. Oh man, I like the back and forth between his crew and him. He said, he's like, you know what, we didn't miss you all that much. We're actually enjoying the extra leg room. And since botany isn't
sorry we left you, but we really don't like you very much.
We don't like you that much. Since botany isn't really a real science, it was real easy for us to share your workload and just divide it. It wasn't all that.
Did you get the ongoing disco jokes?
I just got the fact that the captain loved disco. I didn't know.
No. He hated disco.
Yeah, he hated. The captain liked it. The captain. Each song though kind of talked about what he was doing. I guess.
Yeah, you remember he's like, I've gone and cataloged and chronologicized the entire music collection, and I've come to find out that this is the most non-disco song on the entire collection. Turn the beat up. And he's like, no. I will not turn the beat around.
Not turn the beat around. I won't. No. Looking for some hot stuff is the one he started dancing to in the Rover. Like,
yeah, he did. That was right there at the end.
Oh man, that kind of reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy. How you wouldn't expect that type of a soundtrack for this type of a movie,
right?
But it worked.
What made him pick the disco? Just like what made him in the Guardians of the Galaxy picked a weird
80s song, yeah.
but not like hairband
No,
metal. 80s.
it was 70s. It was 70s songs too. He was an 80s kid. He was an 80s baby.
That was his mom.
That was his mom's music.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm wondering if on Guardians, are they still going to use 70s disco, or are they going to go into the 80s a little bit? So I'm wondering about that. But that's
They're
all.
Not going to change it up too much. But so anyway,
it worked though for the Martian. It did fit.
I would say for me, The Martian, 3.375 out of 4 stars.
Give it a 3. I would give it
almost 4 stars.
I would give that movie an 8 out of 10. That was a hell of a movie. Like 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10. That was a solid movie. I'm looking forward to adding that to the collection. I'm gonna physical media that one. I'm not gonna digitally download that one. I'm gonna buy that Blu-ray.
So before we jump off here, so that's the sum up of The Martian. I loved it. Chris loved it. It's a must see. It's magic. It's damn right magic. So
real quick, the performance of what's his name, the black guy from the villain from Firefly, the guy from 12 Years a Slave. I forgot his name. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. I'll add it in the comment. I liked his performance. Everybody on the ground at NASA.
Daniel Glover.
Oh man, everybody. I mean, it was a very solid cast. It wasn't just Matt Damon. This was a well cast movie. I feel like everybody did a great job in this one, acting wise. But that's what I have.
No problem. So go see it, absolutely, but go see it in the movies. And real quick before we get off, Ridley Scott. It has been confirmed by the man himself. We are going to be seeing the sequel to Prometheus, as well as the the continuation of Blade Runner. And I don't know if Chris, if you've ever seen Blade. So,
I've heard that they're going to do a sequel, but I haven't seen Blade Runner.
Oh, so with it being as old as it is now, I mean, it's not going to have the same wow. But when you watch it, and you got to watch it.
I'll have to. Yeah,
it's Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
When you watch it, keep in mind how old the movie is.
That's how. So you're saying that's how impressive the
special effects? Yes, like it's epic looking, and then you're like, oh my god, this movie's like 35 years old. It's like, whoa. So that's it. The Martian. Keep an eye out for Ridley Scott and everything of his future doings, and click subscribe. Keep watching us, guys. Comments, questions, anything, put them in the link below. Let us know what you want to hear, and we'll do our best. In the meantime, keep watching the medias.